Torah, vayeitzei, Genesis 30:37 through 31:12, page 50. Jacob then took himself fresh rods of poplar and hazel and chestnut. He peeled white streaks in them, laying bare the white of the rods. And he set up the rods which he had peeled in the runnels, in the watering receptacles to which the flocks came to drink, facing the flocks so they would become stimulated when they came to drink. Then the flocks became stimulated by the rods, and the flocks gave birth to ringed ones, speckled ones, and spotted ones. Jacob segregated the lambs, and he made the flocks face the ringed ones and all the brownish ones among Laban's flocks. He formed separate droves of his own and did not mingle them with Laban's flocks. Whenever it was mating time for the early bearing flocks, Jacob would place the rods in the runnels, in full view of the flock, to stimulate them among the rods. But when the sheep were late bearing, he would not in place. Thus, the late bearing ones went to Laban, and the early bearing ones to Jacob. The man became exceedingly prosperous, and he attained fecund flocks, maidservants and servants, camels and donkeys. Then he heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob has taken all that belonged to our father, and from that which belonged to our father he amassed all this wealth. Jacob also noticed Laban's disposition, that, behold, it was not toward him as in earlier days. And Hashem said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and to your native land, and I will be with you. Jacob sent and summoned Rachel and Leah to the field to his flock, and said to them, I have noticed that your father's disposition is not toward me as in earlier days, but the God of my father was with me. Now you have known that it was with all my might that I served your father, yet your father mocked me and changed my wage 100 times. But God did not permit him to harm me. If he would stipulate, speckled ones shall be your wages, then the entire flock bore speckled ones. And if he would stipulate, ringed ones shall be your wages, then the entire flock bore ringed ones. Thus God took away your father's livestock and gave them to me. It once happened at the mating time of the flock that I raised my eyes and saw in a dream, behold, the he-goats that mounted the flock were ringed, speckled, and checkered. And an angel of God said to me in the dream, Jacob, and I said, here I am. And he said, raise your eyes, if you please, and see that all the he-goats mounting the flocks are ringed, speckled, and checkered.